What's up, Critique Crew? It is I, Key, and welcome back to Kiki's Critique. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been on my heart, something that I've been dealing with, and excuse me. And without going into a lot of details, I just wanted to share with you all how to know when something isn't working. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be your business. It can be a relationship. It could be, at a job. It could be, when something isn't working, a new pet. How to know when something isn't working. And I believe that God had brought this to me to share with you all because we're at a season where there's a lot of growth happening. There's a lot of changes that is happening. And in order for us to keep up with what's happening in the world, with what's happening in our homes, our kids are getting older and having, situations of their own. And, we're getting older and, we're noticing a lot of changes in our lives. And so it's like, with all of these changes that are going on, one thing that is very important to be aware of is when something isn't working. Now, that doesn't mean that to throw the whole relationship away or throw the whole business in the trash or just throw it all away just because it's not working. It may mean that it's just time for some dramatic changes. And I'm going to give you guys some tips that just came to my heart. I pray that this will bless you. I pray that this will help you. I pray that this is a now word. This is happening right now in your life, so you can apply it right now. But if it's not happening right now in your life, then hold on to this word, because then this is your insurance. This is that helping to get you over that when excuse me, these problems arrive. Okay, let me give me something to drink. Hold on. So, these tips are going to let you know what to do when you start recognizing these signs. This is I'm in trouble. Okay, and hopefully that you can tackle it immediately, like I'm doing, to make sure that it doesn't get any further, that it doesn't get out of control, if things don't get out of hand, that you stay focused, that you stay where you need to be, where you want to be, where your business is growing, where you're flourishing, where you're moving forward, all of those things. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay. The first sign to know when something isn't working is that you're in a constant struggle or stress. It's like you can't figure it out. You're overwhelmed with it. It becomes stressful. It's a pull. It's a constant pull. There's not a flow to it. There's no flow. There's no easiness. Okay? If you start to see that there is constant, now not every now and again and so on and so forth, because in anything, there's going to be some form of struggle. There's going to be some form of uncomfortability or, something like that. But I'm talking about a constant thing, like where we can't get over this thing. No matter how much we talk about it, no matter how, you invest in it, how much money you put into it, no matter how much work you put into that thing, it just is a constant struggle. It's just taken from you. You're depleted financially, emotionally, all those things. Okay, it's a constant struggle. That's number one. Number two, how to tell when something isn't working is you stop growing. You become stagnant. there's no change. You've been in business for 20 years and there's no growth to it. It's the same place. There's you're not growing. It's not moving forward. It's still in the same place. And that's a very a stagnicity is very, very dangerous, because sometimes stagnicity can be confusing with comfort. You think you're comfortable, but really you're stagnant. We are water. Okay, we are flow, so we always have to be moving and growing and changing. If you the same person this year that you was last year, something is seriously wrong. If you're not constantly growing mentally, if you're not constantly, your life is not changing in one way, shape, or form, because your life should be a constant flow too. I mean, I didn't moved out of town, and I done moved, baby. When I say my life is a constant flow. Okay, because I can't be stagnant. If I'm stagnant, I know I get to stinking, baby, and that means I stuff around me gets to being sour. I like energy. I like movement. I like flowing. I don't want today to be the same as yesterday, because I got to mix it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because if it ain't moving around me, then I'm going to move it. You feel me? Okay, so if you're not growing, okay, if it's stagnant, there's no growth. If there's no growth in the relationship, you can't feed each other to grow. She don't make you want to be better. He don't make you want to be better. It's like you gotta want. It has to be a growth process. So, first thing, constant stress and struggle. Second thing, you stop growing, you become stagnant. Third thing, moody. Moody as all get out. Moody. You're a little hard to get along with. You think everybody else is the problem, and you are the stinking thinking one. Okay? You the one with the stinky mind. You the one all over the place in a funk, because you got a constant struggle and you're not growing. Okay? So now you're moody, now you're sad, now you're depressed, because we can't, get it together here. So that lets you know something isn't working. We gotta make a change. Okay, remember, what I'm giving you, these are 911. As soon as these things start becoming present in your life, let's deal with it. Deal with it instantly. As soon as he make you mad, sis, and you can't seem to get over it, bruh, as soon as she disappoints you, if you can't talk it out, if you can't get it out, if it's a stress or a struggle, and you don't feel the growth in it, and it's making you moody and sad, then it's not working. Change is in order. Okay? Keeping it moving. There's a distant. Okay? Number 4. There's a distant there. Either you become distant from that thing, you start to push that thing away from you. You become distant to it. You don't feel like working that job no more. You don't feel like, being around that person no more. You don't feel, you become real distant. Okay, things are not working. Now, these are all based on consistency. This is not about a 1 time, 2 time, 3 times thing. This is about something that is a nagging, that you feel it in your belly. You understand what I'm saying? You know when something isn't working. As I'm giving this to you, you can say to yourself, this ain't working. This ain't working. Because this is going to be a combination. It's not just 1 or 2 of these things. It's all of these things start to show up, baby. Okay? 911. The more of these bullets that is showing up in your life, 911. Deal with it now. Okay? So if you become distant from that thing, you start to lose your joy over that thing. It don't make you smile no more. It is not giving you the energy. You know, you might have started a business and these things are happening. You know, it's a constant struggle. You're not growing fast enough or growing consistent enough. You're feeling moody, and now you're creating a distance from that business because you don't know what to do with it. Now, there's a couple things that could be happening, and that's when you got to assess your situation. You got to always think about what you're thinking about and what's happening. So if you trying to figure out, is this working or not, and if these things are happening, you may have to, maybe that's not the business for you. Maybe that's not, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't go into business for yourself, because our gifts make room for us. You have the ability, if that is your gift, to be an entrepreneur, and you know that it is, then your gift is going to make room for you. You just got to figure out where you stand. Okay? So that thing may not work. I know I did a lot of different things before I figured out what my gifts truly were. My gift is to speak. My gift is to influence and to inspire. And so I'm able to articulate my feelings and my emotions and the things I've learned in such a way that you guys feel it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my gift. So, but I had to try a lot of things, and those things are just to develop us and to grow us anyway. So don't look at it as a failure. Look at it as, if this is not working, look at it as a lesson. So when you move on to that next thing, you know what to do differently. You know what to expect. You know, or have some of the idea of what to expect and how to handle those things once those things arise. And it teaches you how to work on yourself. So don't look at any failed relationship, any failed business, any failed dream. Okay? Because our dreams, our things are supposed to carry us. Everything that we have gone through becomes something that we stand on top of to help us to rise. Okay? So, back to a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a number 5. You're always unsure of your of the situation. You just feel uncertain about it. You can't wrap your mind around it. You're constantly fickle when it comes to that thing. You can't hold on to it. You can't stand on it long enough before you hopping off. You know what I'm saying? You on it for a second, and then you just hop off at your first stop that you can come to, and then come around again, hop back on. You just unsure. Okay? Something ain't working. Figure it out. Why are you unsure? What is it that you fickle about? Okay? What is it that is causing you not to be able to stand firmly on that thing? You need to figure out what that thing is, because if you movable, baby, then you weak on it. You gonna fall. If you're movable, you fall. You're only strong when you can stand. So if you don't know where you at, baby, you have to fall. 911. How to know if something isn't working, okay? You lose your energy. You just dragging. You ain't got no light no more. You just looking crazy, okay? You just lost your whole energy. Your swag is off. I mean, this ain't working. It ain't working, okay? You lose your focus, okay? So there's a constant struggle. You're not growing. You're getting real moody. You're becoming distant. You're always unsure. You're losing your energy. And now you're losing your focus. You're becoming real forgetful. Can't even remember from the top, from the bottom, if you're coming or going. What's happening in your life? You're becoming very, very forgetful. It's like I can't keep up with the day or the time, and not that you ain't got a calendar in front of you, a calendar on your arm, calendar in your hand. You just don't even. You just forgetful. Because this is not working. It's just not working. No matter how much you want it to work, no matter how bad you want that thing, it is not working. Let it go. Let something go. Make some sort of change. Do something. Because you only can be accountable for one person, and that's yourself. Okay? You can't do nothing about nobody else. This is your business. This is your dream. This is what it is that you want to do with your life. This ain't got nothing to do with anybody between you and God. Get your life in order. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to me. Okay? If you can use some of it, then hold on to it, baby. Get your life. Because you get forgetful. You're losing your focus. Okay. Then you start to what? Doubt yourself. This is a little different from being unsure, but they kind of go hand in hand. Okay? Because unsure it implies uncertainty, is unwavering. A doubtfulness means the loss of ability. You see what I'm saying? There's a loss of an ability inside of you. So it's causing you to doubt yourself. It causes you to doubt your ability. You want me to take this off? No. Okay. So once you start to doubt yourself and what you know in your spirit that you need to do, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much it's going to make you cry, you better rip that Band-Aid off. You better do it because it's preventing you from going to the next level. This is not working. So you have to make those changes to make it to the next level. You have to drop some weight. You got to make some choices. You got to reevaluate some things. Okay, because you're doubting yourself. You're doubting your ability. You know who you are. Don't allow this thing that is not working to cause you to doubt who you are and who you know that you are. And lastly, but the most important thing that you will know immediately, if this thing is not working, if it's just not working, this is what's going to happen immediately. You're going to lose your peace. Your peace is just going to be gone over that thing. There's no more peace there. There's no more peace in the relationship. There's no more peace in the business. There's no more peace about it. You don't have no peace about it. It is just a constant, what we're going to take it from the top. It's just a constant stress or struggle. You're not even growing. You're stagnant and stinking. You're moody and sad. You're becoming real distant from that thing, very unsure. You're losing your energy, your whole swag. Focus is off. You're really unforgivable, and you're doubting yourself. So all your insecurities are just showing up, just showing up rapidly because this is not working. 911. We got to figure it out, guys. Figure out why it's not working. Do something about it. Make those changes now. If these things are happening, if these things that I just named to you, just said to you, if these things are happening, this thing is not working. So you need to figure it out because it's going to fall apart in front of you and you want to take hold of it. If this is going to fall apart, then at least allow you to gather up the fragments and the remains so that everything won't be lost, baby, because there's still some things, some fragments to grab from it. So we got to put our hand to it. Okay? That's that scripture. So grab up the fragments. I don't know what where the scripture is, but it's in there. Is it Peter? I don't know. Put your hand on it so that everything is lost. So you have something left. If it's the end of something, if you have to put the time limit on it, if you gotta, if you gotta bring forth, some sort of a goal setting ultimatum issue to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta figure this thing out. So that's my life, y'all. I pray that this was good for you. It was a word for you. I love you guys. We critiquing ourselves. We becoming higher and better. Okay, every day we growing. I love you.